Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah, Yahweh Shamar Atham Bashim Yahushua. This priest and officer of 500 Matham Yah out of I.S.U.P.K, star out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander during YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible, the truth about the Bible being that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people, or the true Israelites of the Bible, you understand? And we spreading this truth out throughout the whole planet. Making sure this truth gets out to everybody. We've been doing it since 1969 under Commander during YAHANNA. You understand? We're going to keep pushing it forward. And today, man, I'm here at the, UN Library for this brotherhood class in Trenton, New Jersey, man. Get it on here tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start off with, the scripture I like to get, is Zephaniah 2:1, because this is, in the times we're in now, man, this one of the main things that everybody's doing. We was just talking about it a little bit briefly yesterday in General Hyman's class before the general came through. Officer Ibada, myself, was speaking of how we need to come together, and how everybody else, they coming together. Everybody else, they doing their thing. They understand these times we're in right now. They understand that hell is on the way. Hell is here now. You know what I'm saying? So I want to grab this scripture real fast. I want to read. Okay, and the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired." You understand? So it's the Most High saying for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians that we have to come together, that we have to join ourselves to one another. We have to come together, you know what I'm saying? And because we're a nation that's not desired, we're a nation that's hated, that's very, despised in this world today. What world we living in, you know what I'm saying? If you're not living under a rock, you can see that black people are in a destitute state here in America. We're in a destitute state. We're in a state of emergency. You understand? We basically have acts of war committed against us every single day here in America. And it's nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn except for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. You understand? Nobody's going to speak up. Nobody's going to say anything that, that's really going to be meaning something in this time, except for us, man. Except for us, because we've been ordered to by Commander during YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? We really love our people. That's the difference between us and a lot of people, man. We understand that we have to come together, especially in these times, because, we love our people. We love our people, and we know as priests and prophets of the Lord in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we understand that, hell is on its way. Destruction is on its way. Woe, is on its way. It's on its way, and it's coming for America. Because America has done everything to deserve being destroyed. Y'all see the title of the class. The title of the class is "America is Crumbling Before Our Eyes." And that's a very true statement because, I look on the news and I look on my phone and headlines and all that, whatever the case may be. And I see, the government's shutting down. I see, they bombing the hell out of people over there overseas. I see that. I see these things happening. I see, our people about to have to depend on our own people. We have to depend on us instead of the white man who is the devil the Bible speaks of. We're going to have to come to a time where we're going to have to depend on us instead of depending on our slave master. Our women is going to wake up soon enough. About a vast majority, because they're going to understand that, the white man's going to cut them off. He's going to cut them off. He's going to cut us all off as a whole, And we're going to understand okay, to survive now is we're going to have to do the natural thing. What's the natural thing to do? When you cut off by everything and you left to fend for yourself. you're gonna have to come together with your own people. So it's very heavy when the Most High said this in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. I'm gonna read one more time. I'm gonna read again. All right, it says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. We're a nation that's not desired. Every other nation hates us. And you can see, the proof is in the pudding. If you look, if you walk through your neighborhood, you don't even gotta do nothing crazy. You just walk through your neighborhood, you will see a couple Chinese restaurants here, a couple of them down there. Ain't no brothers in there, ain't no sisters in there working. They ain't got no black man back there cooking. You know what I mean? They don't got him even mopping the floors. They don't have him doing anything. You understand? They separate, you know what I mean? They stay separate. They stay amongst themselves because they know, just like any, you know what I mean? Anybody would know. Even the animals, this animal species that's out here, they know to stay amongst themselves. They know that that's the natural way to do things. You're not going to find even with cats, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to find a tiger dwelling amongst lions and all that and going to trying to incorporate himself or, you know what I mean, penetrate a lion, a pride of lions. You understand? You're not going to see that because, you know what I mean, everybody sticks to their own. You know what I mean? Everybody sticks to their own. So why in the hell is it hard for black people, Latinos, and Native American Indians to stay with our own people? Why is it hard for us to stay together, you know what I mean, and work things out amongst each other? You understand? I just seen something today. I was watching a video today. Shout out to Captain Tazariak, Captain 13,000, Tazariak of the I.S.U.P.K. out in headquarters, man. I seen his video today where he was being interviewed by he was being interviewed by I want to get the brother name. Let me get his name real quick. Salak. I don't gotta do that. It was an excellent interview too. It's on YouTube. His name is Cam James. Cam James, right? It's on YouTube now, y'all. Look it up. The title of the class. The title of the video is I spent 2 days with Hebrew Israelites. Are they, let me see. It says, are they radical? All right. So it was an excellent video. And in the video, you know what I mean, a certain period of the video, I think it's like more towards the end, where, okay, they asking him, let me see. They ask him about, you know what I mean, about, oh no, Sarnetta was saying something. He was making a point on how, you know what I mean, we can't come together, you know what I mean, because of different ideologies, different religions and things like that. You know what I mean? If we understand, all right, leave all the religion at the door. You know what I mean? You know goddamn well Islam is not going to help us raise a nation up if we bowing down the rocks all goddamn day. So we throw Islam out the door, right? We throw Christianity out the door. You know what I mean? They had us thinking that God was white in the Christian church. You understand? So that's out the window, right? But this Bible, though, the Bible, man, is, you know what I mean, has everything. It unlocks everything. Unlocks all the questions you ever had about life in it, man. That Christ is black, that he only died for black people, that he only loves black people, that he didn't want to help a white woman in the Bible. A white woman came to him and wanted his help. You know what I'm saying? And he did not want to help her, but, because she knew her place as a dog, you know what I mean? She knew she was a dog in the Bible, and she admitted that. Christ had mercy on her and helped her out. You know what I mean? All these things, man, if black men knew this, you know what I mean, growing up in their schools, growing up, you know what I mean, being taught these lessons, right? We will have much more as a nation of people. We will have much more integrity. We will have much more confidence as a people. You understand? Because all our brothers and sisters today see is us getting arrested or gunned down or kidnapped on the news today, right? That's all we seeing. We ain't really seeing much. But go back to this video, right? The video Sarnetta was saying, like, how, what he was saying about us coming together. And Captain Zara was like, nah, if we just all come together and leave religion behind, man, you know what I'm saying? We could do something. we could do something. We just gotta have, rules and things like that in place. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to understand right now. We have to understand we have to come together and put things in place so we can move forward as a people. Where are you gonna find that at? You're not gonna, like I said, the Christian church, you're not gonna find it there. We just seen a video yesterday on Commander Junior YAHANNA's show, Black Watch. Everybody should go check it out on YouTube. All right. On the Real General YAHANNA page on channel on YouTube. Watch that. We was all there, yesterday, last night. And we was watching a video on how this pastor, this disgusting pastor, I might pull it up real quick. I'm gonna pull it up real quick if I can. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was, man, this pastor, man, I don't even know this dude's name. His name, let me see. I think it's Marvin or something. Yeah, like this dude is full of lust, you know what I mean? And that's all your your pastors and your churches and all that. This is every last one of them. All right, this is how they get down. This is how they rock. You know what I mean? I think this is it right here. I want to play this real fast. It's a lot. Share this video real fast. You can bear with me a second. Boom. Y'all should be able to see that real good on there. Let's see if I don't want to do too much. Oh. Okay. All right, y'all should be able to see that though.
That disgusting.
Hi, Roberta McCoy.
All right, bet. I'm gonna play the video. How y'all see it? All right, bet.
Given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
See now, this sister right here, she came in there. She came in there in good faith, thinking that the church that she's going to is she's basically genuine going in there and thinking this is the real way to serving God. Is going to this church, and her being genuine is trying to give this pastor money that he asked for specifically in a specific way. He wanted this money, all right, in a specific way. He wanted these funds handed to him, right? He going to explain how, right? He going to explain how. Let me go ahead.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
He wants her, so because she had $1,000, right, to give to them, right? He wants the rule for that is, all right, you got 1,000, you got to add another 1,000 on top of that for your donation, for your sacrifice and all that. You know what I mean? And Commander Junior YAHANNA, he brought it out so eloquently last night. Is they so snake like. Why won't he just say, just give me $2,000? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just give me, say, 2,000? Just say, give me $2,000 and we just gonna leave it right there. Be straightforward about it. But no, you want to be slimy and all that garbage, because this is their spirit. Their spirit is they want all the money. You know what I mean? So they could live good and they could live nicely and all that stuff. But then the people, the congregation, hell, the people outside your doors in the Christian church are homeless. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers is homeless. They and they less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? They see you living all high and mighty, but then they get left assed out at the end because you keeping every single dime, that's given to you by the poor, by the people that have nothing, by the people that have the 1 pence. You understand? I'm gonna let this play out some more. Yeah. Might start it over too. Start it over.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all.
And she even came to him humbly and nicely and all that, and gave him a little soliloquy, a little speech, you know what I mean, to try to be, I guess, honorable to him. But he doesn't give a damn about that because he's not getting what he asked for. He's not getting the money that he asked. His carnality is not fulfilled all the way. You know what I mean? His lust ain't fulfilled all the way because he ain't get what he want. So, this is how he responds to that.
All that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying.
And this is a funny thing. This is like something that I would see on a movie or something like that. Like they make movies about cats like him, about your pastor, that you think can do no wrong. They make movies about people like him, man. You know what I mean? How they so money hungry and how they pimping and all this garbage and how they, how they just lustful beast. You understand? He said something right. What did he say right here? He said, that's not what I asked for. What did he say?
That's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying.
Receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to.
He said that's only $1,200. That's only $1,200. I mean, you see how for him to look at $1,200 and be like, that's only $1,200. You understand? That's only $1,200. What are you doing? You slacking? You're not doing what you need to do. He gonna say some more.
What I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
And she even said, I'm work on the other 800. I mean, she don't gotta do nothing. Like, what's her name? Her name is Roberta. I'm gonna start one more time from the beginning.
Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you.
Yeah, she said, and Roberta McCoy said she was gonna work on the other 800. You know what I mean? And scrape up another $800 to give to this pastor. You know what I mean? And it's a terrible thing because they already rich. They already got everything they could ever imagine having. You know what I mean? They paid off by the slave master anyway. They get funds from them all the time, you know what I mean? Because they the biggest whores. They the biggest whores for them. So they get all the money that they could ever imagine. They live in lavishly right along with their daddy, the devil, the Bible speaks of, because they, doing this evil towards the black people and Latinos and Native Americans in the churches. And she said she was going to work up the rest of the funds, the other 800. You know what I mean? If Roberta McCoy knew that her pastor was just some slimy bastard that wants all her money, that wants everybody's money, all of everyone's money in their congregation, she would know she didn't have to give him nothing. And she try to be respectful and say, Lord, I'm going to give you some, I'm going to work on it. He turns around, checks her, I'm like, no. What'd he say? He said,
to do.
That ain't what I asked you. That ain't what I asked you to do. And did it in front of her grandchild, or son. I'm assuming that's her grandchild. Like, come on, man. Like, this is, if you don't know now that it's the time to get out your church, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man, because this is what all they seem to know. This all they seem to know is collect money. They whole thing is what it seemed like is about them collecting money and talking about homosexuality on the stage out in the forefront. You know what I mean? And hiding it with the scriptures. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand, like, we can't just be fast asleep like that, because that's what these churches doing. They keeping our young men soft and homosexual, and they, that's just not the way to go. I mean, I think that was it on this scripture right here. You know what I mean? We got to come together, and not in the Christian church. Not in the Christian church. We know that this is off. We see that this is off. We got to understand that, you know what I mean? It's a better way to, you know what I mean? It's a better way to live in than that. You know what I mean? It's a better way. And the Most High is coming down on America, man. He's going to come down on America because of the evil that America has done to his people. The evil that you know what I mean, the oppressor has done to God's chosen people here. America is going to crumble. America is going to fall, and we see it right now. We see it now. All right. So I'm going to read on some more. It says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce day, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Understand? Before all these things happen, man, we gotta understand, like, we don't have a lot of time. We got some grace right now. We in a grace period right now. We in a grace period to, you know what I mean, to change. We in a grace period right now to, you know what I mean, say, I'm gonna turn around and not I'm gonna turn my back on the white man and his holidays and everything he wants me to do. Because once you do that, man, you're gonna seek life. You know what I mean? Life gonna change and all that, right? You know what I mean? Now, let me read on some more. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. You're gonna be, you know what I mean, all the ones that's following what the Most High said. You know what I mean? Everybody that follows what the Most High said. Well, let me get out of there. Yeah. So if we keep the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, you know what I mean, we'll be hid from his anger. We'll be hid from it. We won't be worrying about possibly, you know, being unalive by certain things, because we will know that, you know what I mean, we keeping his laws, we keeping his commandments, we doing what he say, right? And we got to come together. And where do you come together at? In the I.S.U.P.K. In the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, is where you have to gather yourself together at. We building up we already got the foundation built. You know what I'm saying? We got the doors always open for brothers and sisters out there, man. You know what I mean? And I know the life that brothers and sisters is living outside of these doors in the UPK, because, you know, I see it, you know what I mean, and it ain't all it cracked up to be. You know what I mean? For people that is looking at people in the world and they like, man, they living life, they doing this, they having fun, and da 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 da. You know what I mean? That path, that life that they live in is it's a path to destruction. It's a path to death. You understand? Everybody about to celebrate Halloween coming up, right? Everybody about to celebrate Halloween. Everybody know it's around the corner when you know what I mean, why are we celebrating Halloween? I just told a sister last week, everybody about to get their kids together. Everybody about to go outside and go knock on strangers' doors and ask for candy, and, you know, trust that the candy is fine, because, you know, it ain't good. I mean, Lord forbid it's some sharp object in the candy. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be nothing poisonous in the candy, no chemical in the candy. You're gonna trust everybody you knock on the door with, everybody doors that you knock on, and just expect everything to be fine. The Lord ain't with Halloween, so expect a lot of death happening on Halloween. Expect a lot of gun violence on Halloween. Expect for, you know what I mean, the streets to be total chaos, you know what I mean, wherever we at. You know what I mean? In Trenton, Philly, wherever we at, because the Lord is not with Halloween. The Lord ain't with it, man. And I pray, brothers, you know what I mean, get out of that lifestyle soon, so we don't have to reap the judgments of the Most High. So we don't have to reap the judgment of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We can't manage to, you know, keep doing things that's outside of what the Most High want for us, man. So the longer we keep doing these things, the Most High said it in Amos 5, I believe. Let me see if I can grab it. If I can grab it real quick. The Most High said it, man. He said it in the book of Amos, right? I'm going to grab the precept real quick, and I'm going to read it. Amos 5:21. He said, man, I despise your feast days, man. And y'all looking at Halloween. Well, how is Halloween a feast day? What do we feast? Y'all feasting on candy, right or wrong? Y'all feasting on candy. You about to feast on Kit Kats with sharp objects in it, with tacks in it. You about to eat poisonous candy. You about to feast on all this candy you gather from strangers. And you know what I mean? The Most High said this. He says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. He does not care about Halloween, and he's not going to be with you know what I mean, us on. Well, he's not going to be with whoever's celebrating Halloween on that night. You know what I mean? You go out on Halloween and you take your kids trick or treating, man. Hey, man, good night. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? The Lord is not to be played with, especially now that you hear these words from the priests and the prophets of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K, and hear that we say, man, that Halloween is not of the Lord, and you still go out and do it. That's a rough situation. I don't think you want to find yourself in a situation like that, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, Lord be with our brothers and sisters out there, man, because that's a rough one. We can't go against the word of the Lord and expect everything to be fine. You know what I mean? He says, I despise your feast days. Can't put it more straightforward than that. You know what I mean? We can't do any more than that. And I would like to know if anybody even knows the origins of Halloween. If we know any origin of Halloween, you know what I mean? But I doubt we do, you know what I mean? And because we don't know it, we just think it's fine to go ahead and do it. And how the hell you think going out dressed as a goddamn demon, you know, having you and your kids dressing up as goddamn demons? I forgot the parents be grown behind kids as well, children at heart, and you know, just children. You know what I'm saying? Grown people are children too. You know what I mean? You yourself as the parent gonna dress up as a goddamn clown, or you know, be a goddamn clown and have your kids dress up as a demon on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? And go out and you know do a whole bunch of foolishness, man. When the Lord is not with, so don't be surprised when it's death. You know what I mean? A lot of death happening, a lot of violence happening on streets in Trenton, New Jersey on Halloween because you out there celebrating what the Lord said not to celebrate. You out there, you know what I mean, upholding something that the Lord said He hates. He hates and He despises, right? So don't be surprised, man. But you don't have to. We don't have to reap the judgment, like I was saying before. We don't have to suffer the punishment. You know what I mean? How do you not suffer the punishment? You just don't do it. The Lord ain't with Halloween. All right, bam. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not celebrating Halloween. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay home. We're gonna do something else. We're gonna have me and the kids, we gonna have a movie night or something like that. We do something else. Have your time occupied with doing something else, doing something different. It ain't nothing to just stay home and you and the kids, you know, y'all sit back and y'all make some grub and make something special for the kids just on just a regular day type of thing, right? And y'all have a movie night and y'all just have fun that way. You don't have to celebrate Halloween and you know serve another god in Halloween and disobey the Most High God and anger the Most High God more so. You don't have to do all that. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? But we'll see if brothers and sisters listen to that. All right. Let's go on to something different. Let me go. I'm gonna get another precept. You know what I mean? Get another precept. And we wonder why we, you know, get alive so much. We wonder why we perish so much. It's you know, it's because of that. It's because of that, man. And that's part of us being joined hand in hand with oppressors, with other nations, because that's not our custom to celebrate Halloween. To celebrate Halloween is Edomite custom. That's an Edomite custom. That's Esau's way of life. That ain't for the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel, we have our own high holy days. The Passover just got announced yesterday on what day it is, on where it's going to take place, and what the itinerary is going to be announced next after that. For the whole week. We already know we're gonna have the black party. We're gonna have for people that don't know out there, the all black party is everybody coming there dressed in black. We're gonna have live performances from artists, and they come to entertain and all that stuff. And we're gonna party like UPK party, man. And lamb slaughter. You already know we're gonna have that. The lamb slaughter. Also the Passover itself, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man. These are days these are things that we the Lord gave us. The Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Day of Atonement that just passed, right? We have our own days. We have our own high holy days the Most High gave to us. And that's where the word holiday comes from. It comes from high holy day. All right. So the Most High gave these days to us, and we should uphold them, and we should have, not be ashamed of them at all. The Lord gave us the Passover. Passover is about him freeing us from our former slave master in the Egyptians, in the ancient Egyptians, the Africans over there, man, that had us in slavery for 400 plus years, thousands of years ago in the times of Moses. All right. He freed us from them and got us out of that captivity. You understand? And performed miracles and performed wonders before our eyes that I kind of envy today. I want to, I would, it would have been crazy to see that back then. But we seen it, and we still was doubting the Most High. We still, we wasn't strong and, in having faith in the Most High back then. Just like it is now. But he freed us from that captivity, and that's what the whole Passover is based on. That's what it's based on. And he gave us that day. He gave us a certain high holy days where we party for several days out of the week. We have a 7+ day. It's either a 7 or a 7+ day long party throughout the whole nation. That's how our culture gets down. But us celebrating these holidays that our oppressor gave us, man, is just wicked. It's evil as hell, man, because the Lord said this right here. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26, it says this: "And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine." You understand? The Lord separated us from all these other nations. He separated us, man. He wants us to be separate. But we are joint with these heathen out here because we with everything that they're with. They with they with all these holidays I just mentioned, and we do the same thing. We do the same thing as if we don't have our own customs. We don't have our own culture. Hell, even people and our brothers in the world, man, we could come up with something way better than what they bring to us and tell us to serve and worship. We don't have to go ahead and fall into that every single year. And that's why we die every single year on those around the holiday times, you understand? And that little holiday spirit you in. Everybody in the holiday spirit, and that's why we get unalive so much. That's why we suffer being killed all the damn time, being unalive, because the Lord ain't with it. You understand? Now, I'm going to go ahead and read Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people." The word holy, just like it read in just like it said in Leviticus 20 and 26. You know what I mean? The word holy means to be separate. All right, be separate, different. All right, so it says the Lord thy God will have, so I can have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. He wants us to be above all people. He wants us to be above every nation that's on the face of this earth. You understand? He wants us to be, you know what I mean, on top. And you know what I mean, that goes against everything that your pastor says, because why? Because leave it up to your pastor. He will tell you, nah, we all got to come together. We all need to start loving one another. We need to all stop hating one another. Stop all the hate talk. Stop all the hate speech. Let's all let's all hold hands and sing this hymn real quick. You know what I mean? Sing this song real quick. Sing along with the choir. Make everybody's spirit all into that witchcraft they got going on in there. You know what I mean? When the Lord is a man of war. You understand? That's what Exodus 15:3 says. The Most High is a man of war. All right. So that's one thing about that church too. You know what I mean? The Lord is a man of war, and the church, they got women up there leading the church. They got the woman up there as the leader of the goddamn church, leading men in that church. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is a man of war. All right. And he says, you know, the rank of things, you know what I mean, the order of things is that the Most High is first, Christ, then is Christ, then the angels, then man, woman, and child. That's the order of things, right? So, you know what I mean, we know that everything is ass backwards in the church, because they have women on top of, they have women over men in the church. I mean, that's why all the men in there the young men grow up to be homosexual. All the men in there are soft and weak and have a bent wrist. You understand? When you have our brothers in here, it's a whole completely different contract. It's a whole different thing, situation. The brothers that come up in the UPK are brought up to be soldiers, brought up to be soldiers and disciplined, and to not fall into weakness, not fall into what the church wants them to fall into, which is homosexuality. You understand? We can't be that way, man. We can't be that way, slacking my phone. All right, so I'm gonna read on where it says, okay, in the middle of verse 6. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right, so he wants us to be on top of everybody, and it don't look that way. Why? Because the white man is the devil first and foremost. You know what I mean? And plus, we just gotta stop smoking weed. We gotta stop smoking cigarettes. We gotta stop doing drugs. You understand? We gotta stop selling drugs to one another. We gotta stop being adulterers and adulteresses. You understand? I mean, we gotta teach our people to be more bright. That's what these laws do to us. Everybody's scared of following the laws in the Bible. Everybody's scared of it. You understand? When these laws really make us a more upstanding, you understand, righteous, respectable, honorable people. That's what it will make us, man. It will make us a nation of that seems so damn wise that the other nations that like look upon us and be like, damn, what are they doing over there? Because what they got going on is something, you know what I mean? It's something crazy. Look at how Shiva was looking at Solomon, looking at King Solomon back then. you know what I mean, she was hearing all different kinds of stories about Solomon, all the great things about Solomon's nation, the nation of Israel, blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They was hearing, and who they would be today, the people of Shiva, the queen Shiva. They would be the Ethiopian. No, not the Ethiopian. They would be the people of Yemen today, of Yemen, a certain part of Yemen today. You understand? That would be them, right? They came to Solomon. They came to us, right? Solomon specifically, right? And they seen, man, damn, man. Everything I heard about y'all was true. All the you know what I mean? And no, it was true. And not just that it was true, that, you know what I mean, what she seen in the nation of Israel was like something more than what she expected. It was like, it was something crazier than what she thought it was going to be, than what she heard. You know what I mean? She heard a lot of great things, a lot of great things. But when she seen us, you know what I mean, she was like, man, this is greater than than what was told to me. So black man, Latino man, Native American man, we can get back to that point as long as we understand that, greatness is not in the white man. Greatness is not in America. Greatness is not in his holidays. Greatness and honor is not in you backstabbing your people and just submitting to what America, to the evil, to the iniquity that America has to offer. You know what I mean? You could, and who's perfect examples of that? Of people that submit to, you know what I mean, to Satan, to God, to Esau. You understand? Steve Harvey, all these other people, everybody that tell you to vote too. Everybody that tell you to vote as well, man. I be seeing a lot of that too on social media. You know what I mean? And people that I come across, I mean, telling you, nah, y'all better vote. Y'all better vote. Y'all want to see something change. Y'all better go ahead and vote. Y'all better do this. Y'all better do that. Y'all better get in that line next month. I better see y'all in that line if y'all want something to change. Just ask them a simple question like, how long have we been voting for? I think black people, we was free to vote. We had the right to vote ever since what 18 what 1870. You know what I mean? Since 1870, we had the right to vote. You know what I mean? Per the 15th Amendment, and all that. We had the right to vote. You know what I mean? We was voting for hundreds on top of hundreds of years, man. We've been voting for a long time, man. We've been voting for forever, man. And you take a look at the ghetto. Take a look at the ghetto. Take a look at your neighborhood. Take a look. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be hard. You ain't gotta look hard either. Just take a quick look and see how we still suffering and dying from drug overdose. We still suffering and dying. Our people still laying their head on the concrete. You understand? We sleeping in the goddamn bus stations and the subways. You understand? We sleeping on benches outside. We sleeping in under tunnels in bridges. It's like, yeah, under bridges. You understand? That's where our people is sleeping at. You know what I mean? And getting high all goddamn day long. You know what I mean? That's what's happening with our people. And we've been able to vote for hundreds of years. We've been voting for hundreds of years. So why hasn't our predicament changed? If voting is going to change everything, if voting is going to change something within the black community, why the hell haven't anything changed yet? I haven't seen a change at all. You know what I mean? I've seen more of us die though. I've seen more of my people suffer from, the lies that's being pushed on us, from all these politicians, the people that we thinking that we thinking that got our best interests at heart, when in all actuality they really hate us and they really just backstabbing us. We don't understand that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. So why in the hell would you be going to him to try to make some change in our communities when America is great when Black people are suffering? America is great when Latinos are suffering. America is great when the Native American Indians are starving and dying on the reservations. You understand? That's not what we need to be doing. Voting is not what we need to be doing. You know what I mean? If you're going to follow somebody, you need to follow Commander General YAHANNA of the I.S.U.P.K. You need to follow him. That's the man that serves, you know what I mean, that serves under Christ. You understand? And leads this nation of Israel. You know what I mean? That leads us to, you know what I mean, what we need to do. You understand? That knows what it takes to lead and guide a nation to success. Because why? It's simply because he follows the Most High. He knows what needs to be done. Unlike your pastor, he's not going to lead you to nothing. All he's going to lead you to is the collection plate. All right? That's what he's going to lead you to. You understand? What we have to understand is the white man's the devil. He can never love us. There can never be no getting along with him. So the more we do that, man, it's the more we're going to see our destruction. And I'm going to get this real quick. I'm going to get this precept real fast that I love to pull out when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, this topic. Lamentations 4:17. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. I'm going to read it. It says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. As for us, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. The vain help we've been seeking all these hundreds of years. You know what I mean, our oppressor saying, come vote for me. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that for you. You understand? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna do that. We've been doing it, but we've been still seeing the same results. The results haven't changed. So who's lying and who's telling the truth? Are we lying in the UPK, or is your pastor that's telling you to vote lying to you through his teeth? You understand? Are we telling the truth in I.S.U.P.K, or is the white man the devil the Bible speaks of? All we trying to do is wake our people up, man. That's all we doing. All we trying to do is wake our people up. You know, that's true. I for damn sure don't like seeing our people in you know, sleeping outside at bus stops and all that. You know what I mean? We gotta understand the white man is the devil, and you're gonna putting your trust in him. We get more damage that way. We get damaged more that way. You understand? You want to love him so goddamn much. You know what I mean? He gonna make it harder and rougher for you. You know what I'm saying? To live in this place, man. He don't love you. You understand? The scriptures say in Ecclesiasticus 12:10, you know what I mean? Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy, man. Because when you do that, he's gonna backstab you in the worst way. He's gonna backstab you in the worst way. You know what I'm saying? The government shut down. It's been shut down, I believe, for 20-some days, maybe 21 days. 21 days. You understand? And you know what I mean, food stamps, EBT is about to get cut off if they don't do something about it. If they don't do something about this government shutdown thing, if they don't have things running like it was being ran before, you know what I mean, a lot of people food stamps might be cut off by November 1st. You understand? And come on, listen. And you don't think the white man the devil the Bible speaks of, man? You don't think he the devil the Bible speaks of? All because of disagreement between the Republicans and the Democrats, this government shutdown is happening. You understand? Now, this shows you how America is crumbling. America is falling right now. It is falling, and I pray the Lord brings this country down further and rapidly, man. You know what I'm saying? So our people could wake up and see, man, there is nothing in this place. There's no hope in America. There's no hope here. Man, all we, there's no hope. You can't, seek to have some light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? When the tunnel that you going down is like that tunnel is gonna crumble down on you. And then, man, that's America, man. America is, a vessel fit for destruction, and that's what is going to happen. That's what's going to take place here. This place is going to fall. You know what I mean? They're going to have the wars going on overseas. In the midst of all that, World War III, nuclear warfare. You know what I'm saying? That's all in the Bible. That's all in the Bible, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I pray our people wakes up. I pray our people wake up, and I pray our people, understand what we say here in the UPK. If you ever come across a UPK camp, or us speaking outside on the corner, or you come across one of our videos online and you hear these words, these not my words. These not my words. This is the Most High's words right here. You know what I'm saying? Which means black people, you better stop selling drugs. You know what I mean? Black people, black and Latinos, you better stop unaliving one another. You better stop celebrating these holidays that got nothing to do with you. You understand? Like Halloween and Thanksgiving coming up. These holidays got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. And you still celebrate it. The Lord does not want us celebrating these days, man. And celebrating these days, these holidays, are the ways of death. You know what I mean? Stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. See all that little seafood boiled crap y'all eating, man. The Lord doesn't want us eating that. He doesn't want us eating that, and that's why people have died. That's why the brother, I think probably 2 years now, died from eating that goddamn mollusk. You know what I'm saying? A clam. I think he was eating a clam or something, and he died from it. Because the Lord don't want you eating that stuff, man. He don't want you eating it. And who are you to say, nah, I'm gonna do it? I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? The hell with what the Most High say. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I want. Okay, do that until you go ahead and you're gonna have to face him. You know what I mean? Go ahead and face him because you haven't been doing what he say. You know what I mean? Black man, it's imperative that we come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, because this is how you live. You wanna live. You wanna be, surviving, especially in the hell that's coming here. I suggest we put everything down that was taught to us by the white man and say, man, I'm a, hear these brothers out in the truth in the I.S.U.P.K. I'm gonna see what they talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and take their advice for once. I done took everybody else's advice. I done took the slave master's advice. I done took you know what I'm saying, the Arabs' advice going into Islam. I done took everybody's ideology. I done listened to the, the what's their name? The Moabites, you know what I'm saying, Chinese and the Japanese and all that. I've been listening to them. Let me listen to this black man that's screaming on the top of his lungs out here on this corner, telling me to stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Let me listen to him one time. You know what I mean? And when we do that, man, we'll have something special. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end the class right there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is a precinct officer 500 Mathumia out of I.S.U.P.K. Started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander during YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth that Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And that we need to come back to his commandments. So, we could live in the kingdom of heaven, and the Most High could send Christ to come and give us our kingdom, right? You know what I'm saying? So with that, man, I'm gonna end the class off right there. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We here every Tuesday, UN Library, 61 Scotch Road. Y'all pull up, you know what I mean, every Tuesday, 5:30 around that time, PM. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come through, man. Y'all come through if y'all want to sit in class in person. You know what I mean? Y'all can take it upon yourself to come up over here or contact me if you want to pull up to a class. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it right there. See y'all next week. Shalom.